Thank you all for being here tonight, and I know that everyone in the room is really excited to hear what you guys have to share with us, tell your story a little bit. So I want to let's start with you, Sandra, okay? Tell me a little bit about what community issues are you and your classmates exploring this year? What are you guys researching and learning about?
We're researching and learning about the homelessness because it's like there's so many people being like homeless every day, so we're like trying to find organizations that we can like give our money to so that they can like provide for the homeless and not like use it for themselves.
Wonderful, wonderful. How about you, Julius? Tell me a little bit about what types of community issues are you and your classmates learning about, and why do you want to help?
We're doing a few groups about social issues. One of the groups we're doing is like animals, like stray animals, like animals that people don't want anymore. They're just on the streets. We're trying to donate to organizations that can help like pets like that. Like one of the organizations I think is I forgot what it was called, but it was like cats.
Colony cats?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, we were just focusing on 3 different groups. Like one of the groups are natural disasters and animals, trying to get them into different shelters and stuff like that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you. How about you, Rihanna? Tell us a little bit about the issues that you and your classmates are exploring and why you're trying to help.
So me and my classmates, we're actually focusing on a couple of different groups, but my personal group that I'm in is cancer, and we're still trying to find organizations for like cancer because like we found some, but we haven't really interviewed them yet, but we are going to, and I really like helping because I can just wake up in the morning and like tell myself and think to myself that I helped somebody and I changed somebody and I did something good in this world. So.
Summer, what are you and your classmates exploring right now?
We're separated into a couple of groups, like the rest of them here. There's like animals in the children with disabilities or sicknesses, environmental concerns, hunger, and homelessness. The group I'm in is environmental concerns, and I'm doing this category because I really like helping the environment, and I think I read a lot about online that our environment is like damaged and it's not really healthy, so that's why I'm doing that category.
Well, I know everyone else behind me agrees when I say this. We believe that you all can do something about these things, these issues, these challenges that you're identifying. So you told me a little bit about this earlier, Summer. Tell me how are you learning about the organizations and how are you finding nonprofit organizations that are helping to address the issues like the environmental issues that you're talking about?
Our group is finding organizations by we have this little paper, and on it says keywords that we want to search up. So I want to search up keywords like nonprofit organizations, environmental concerns in Ohio, and a couple of them popped up. I think one of them is called Environmental Ohio, like that.
How about you, Rihanna? How are you guys going about researching and finding the organizations? You said cancer is one of the issues that you're caring a lot about. How are you finding organizations?
Yeah, we also have like a little sheet of paper and we wrote down a couple of them, and actually on the See a Kid's Dream website, it was like a couple of them for the cancer and some of the other issues that we had, and so we've just been looking on there and like looking into more what the organizations are about and like why they started and things like that.
Awesome. Julius, you know what I'm going to ask you, my friend. Tell me a little bit about how are you researching organizations?
So when we search up organizations, most of the time we either use the See Kids Dream website or we use Google to narrow it down. Like we would search up like whatever our category was. So like illnesses, organizations that help illnesses or homelessness, and then we would search up Ohio, so that would narrow it down, and then we would put some names and lists, and then as a class, we would like vote on the one who we want to interview first, and if we don't like them, we would go on to someone else, but if we like them, we would donate to them.
Cool. So have you started interviewing?
Yes.
Are you guys starting to do some interviews yet? Or just getting started?
I think like last Friday, we interviewed Sam from Red Cross.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really fun having him there. He showed us some stuff that was in his backpack, like vest that he used to go help. And he said most of the time when Red Cross would go help people, they would have to stay there for like at least 2 weeks. And on one of them, he had to go to I think Afghanistan. He had to stay there for like 2 months.
Oh, wow. Wow. That's a commitment to helping people, huh?
Yeah.
2 months. How about you, Santi? What have you guys done to identify organizations? How are you finding nonprofits to help?
We're using the See Kids Dream, as in we're reading about the organizations and see if they like really help the homeless or if they just like don't really help them out too much. And then we just read about them, and then we like vote who deserves our money, and then we interview them, and then we decide if they deserve our money, if they deserve our money or not.
I've heard you guys mention that you've done research on the See Kids Dream website. I want you to know, as young leaders in our community over the last 15 years, kids like you, young leaders like you, have identified a bunch of nonprofit organizations, and the reason that some of those nonprofits are on our website is because of the work that you've done doing Google searches and finding those organizations. So as you built relationships with them, we got to meet them too, and then we learned about them, and then we made it possible to try to help more kids learn about them. So I think it's really cool to hear. I mean, the first couple years that we were doing this, the internet was not necessarily always the way that kids were finding out things. So it's cool to hear that you guys are using the website for that. Santi, what do you like best about being involved in this? What's it been like, and tell us what's your favorite part of it?
My favorite part of it is like researching about it and reading about it, so then we can like decide what we should do, and then we can like start deciding, and then yes, that's all.
So you like being involved in the decision-making process, huh?
Yes, and research.
I'm gonna skip it around, mix things up on you, Julius. Mix things up. How about you, Summer? What's your favorite thing? See, you're all kind of preparing for what you're gonna say. I'm just shake it up.
My favorite part, I did See Kids Dream Community Lab last year, and we haven't got to the interviews yet, but last year we did interviews, and I think that was one of my favorite parts. Raising money might also been my other one, but interviewing last year, we interviewed Cozy Cat Cottage, and they brought in an actual cat for us to see.
That's always, when they bring in the animals, that's like
Yeah.
that helps a lot, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So fundraising, okay, there's a few people in this room that have been really actively involved in fundraising. You said that was one of your favorite parts. What was fun about that?
Well, we gotta have like creative ideas on how to raise money and get people to donate to this. So we have like little boxes that we put up everywhere, and people would put their money into the community issue that they wanted to donate to, and then we counted the money, and we had like about $1,300.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
And everyone who donated, they got a sticker, so we tried to make them like encouraged to donate, so that's why we made the stickers.
Kind of like what we get when we go vote, right? We all get these stickers that say, I voted today. You got a, I donated today? Cool.
Yeah.
Sticker. All right, Julius, I'll skip back to you. How about that? Slip back over to you, my friend. What do you like? What's been your favorite part?
So there was this process we would do in penny harvest where we would count the money. I really love doing that part.
You got a future in accounting, my friend, huh?
It's not like, oh, math, I love math. It was just like, how the process to do it I thought was just so interesting. And when the stuff went away, Ms. Bernardi was the penny harvest leader of my group. She came up with this interesting way. So we would pick up the bag and we would stand on it, and then we would pick up the bag, and how much weight would add on. That's how much we would put. It was a really good process. So.
Well, that makes math fun, huh? You get to count and weigh. And Miss Bernardi's been doing this for a while, because even I remember when I heard about Woodcrest, I said, what was your art teacher's name? I seem to remember meeting her about 10 years ago. So, yeah, Miss Bernardi's been helping you guys for a while. That's cool.
Yep.
All right, Brianna, how about you? What's your favorite part?
My favorite part will have to be going to different classes and like telling them about penny harvest and what we do and why we're doing it, because I actually had to go to my own grade, which was kind of embarrassing, but it was, once I got it over with, I was really happy because it was embarrassing. But I got to tell people what we do, why we do it, and like my other favorite part would be getting people excited to do it. And so we had prizes for the class that donated the most for each grade. So they would like try to see who could donate the most and who donated the most money from each class. And we got prizes. So my class just so happened to win in one of them. And so we got a party in the gym, I believe. No, it was extra recess. And other grades, they got like parties in the gym, a pizza and movie party. Cause at my school we have to wear uniforms, so some people got like an extra dress down day. And I just like seeing people happy, like when we get to do those things. So that would have to be my favorite part.
Cool. Well, I love Old Orchard too. I visited your school many, many times, a long time ago. So it's neat to see young leaders like yourselves from different schools. I have not been to your school yet, Santi, but I'll get there eventually. I'm sorry, my friend. I didn't mean to hurt your knee. All right. Okay, Julius, I'll let you start this time. Tell me so you told me what's been the funnest part. You like counted money, you like stepping on the scale. What's been hard? What's been tough about this? What's been the hardest part?
The toughest part was probably like, there's this, probably either finding the organizations or like filling out the sheet for the organizations. So like we would go on the See Kids Dream app and we would look at the organizations and then we would put it down in a form and then it would tell you to be like contact phone number or email, and you have to search most of that stuff up. Like website address. I didn't even know what a website address was.
Santi says the same thing. We didn't know.
So it was tough. It's not like I didn't like it, it was just a little difficult to do. But my teammates helped me when I did it. So we were in a group of 3, so they would be able to help me when we were doing that. So somebody would search it up, and somebody would have another computer searching it up, and somebody would write it down. So yeah.
So you like counting money, you don't like taking notes, is what you How about you, Santi? What's been the hardest part? What's been tough?
The hardest part is like counting the money.
Wow. Okay. Julius is going to give you a crooked eye here, my friend. Counting money's been hard?
Yes, because you can like lose some. Some of it isn't like it's not like it's good enough. It's like out of shape.
Sticky pennies. Yeah.
Yes.
Spare change sometimes has gum and
Yeah, and then some of them are like dirty, and then some of them aren't even pennies. They're just other things.
All right, so let's go back to you, Julius. Tell me, what have you learned about yourself? So obviously you've learned about some things in our community, you've probably seen a thing or two about classmates that you may have learned, but what have you learned about who you are by doing this?
I've learned a few things, but the first one that comes out of my mind is like, I feel like I've learned leadership more. Like I've learned to, get the real inner leadership. So like in our class, the first activity we did for Penny Harvest, it was basically the forest lava, but it was a river, a stream, but it was a natural disaster flood, and there were alligators in the water, and I had to lead my team with 20 plates. We had to get to this room, to that room without getting in the water. And I helped my team. I came up with a plan so each person would get 2 plates and they would slide across the floor, and then they would throw the plates back. And I really didn't know I could actually do that with a certain group of people. And nobody got out. We did it perfectly because of my plan. And my teammates helped me. So at first we were just gonna place the plates and we would slide on them, but they helped me, do it better, think of it how it would be better to transport and engineer it. Yeah. So I didn't even know I could lead like that. But yeah.
Tell me, Rihanna, what have you learned a little bit about yourself? It sounds like you've learned a lot about classmates and you guys debate things. What have you learned about you? What have you learned about yourself?
I've actually learned a couple things. One, I'm just gonna get it out here. I learned that I'm pretty bossy, actually. Like when I'm with my group, they would be trying to argue and stuff. I'd be like, okay, guys, stop. How about we do this, and then we don't have to do anything else. And it's just I learned that I'm pretty bossy, but I kind of already knew that already. So. And I also learned how to express myself more and how to talk more, because this is my first year at Old Orchard and my last year, and so I didn't really want to join anything or talk to anybody, and I was just really nervous to do things like that. But of course I couldn't do it all by myself. So I've met friends that helps me talk more, and I would never been on this panel if it wasn't for my friends or family members and things like that. Well, people like that. And so yeah, those are the 2 main things that I learned about myself. So.
Well, I'm really glad you learned that, and I'm really glad you stepped up to Old Orchard. All right. Santi, what have you learned about yourself this year?
I learned that I can, I don't know. I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
That I can, give, reasons quickly to, I worked with a group and then we were, researching on stuff, and then I gave them reasons when they didn't know what they could write about. And yeah, I learned that I can give quick things.
Cool. Well, you said decision making earlier, so you like to present a case. Maybe you're going to be a lawyer someday.
I can be somebody's lawyer.
Amen. There's a few of those in here. I'm seeing the Michael Bell head. Summer, what have you learned about you this year?
Well, I learned that I like to talk and work with other people a lot. And I think working with other people always is better, because I forgot the saying, but it was 2 brains are better than 1 or something.
Yeah.
I forgot. But I think working with a group, you get to listen to ideas that you would have never thought of before, because everyone has a different thinking path thing of it. So that's why I like to work in a group and stuff. But sometimes I want to work alone, so there's always that one part.
So imagine I'm a 5th grader at another school, and I've never done this before. And what advice would you give to me as a friend, a classmate, somewhere else? What advice would you offer to another young person about how they can do things through this program?
Well, I'm doing community lab, which is different from whatever they're doing. And some advice I will give another 5th grader would be that You should definitely try to work in a team and research a topic that you're actually interested about. If you're not interested in any of the topics, then, well, I don't really know, but
So find something that you care about.
Yeah,
That's your
because
advice to them?
you're gonna have to research it for a very long time. So always find one that you really are interested in, work with a team, and yeah.
Okay, how about you, Julius? What advice would you give to me if I was a kid in another school about how to do this?
So you want to learn how to, fit in this project, how to do it. What I would suggest, don't be quiet. Ask people for help. Like, if you need help, hey, can I get some help? Or if you want to speak, actually speak. Don't just oh, I think I should do this, but they probably won't do that. Don't do that. Be like, hey guys, what if we did this? So be loud. Don't actually be loud, but show yourself. Don't be invisible.
I love that advice. It's advice that everyone in this room could take, and that is that we all have to take action. We have to let our voices and our actions speak for ourselves. I love that, man. Take action. How about you, Santi? I'll end with you, Rihanna. What advice would you offer to someone else?
I give you advice to not just hang around and look around and not do any work. You have to also help the project, what you're doing, or you won't fully be you won't fully be part of the project if you don't fully help in with the project.
Yeah, you won't get the most out of it if you don't get engaged, is what you're saying, right? Awesome. Thank you, sir. All right. Oh, that was supposed to be a 2. I got it. All right, Rihanna. What advice would you give to another 5th grader? Because it sounded like this year you weren't really sure that this is something you wanted to do. So now you have a chance to talk to another 5th grader at Old Orchard next year. What advice would you give to him or her?
I would just say, try your hardest, and if I were them, I wouldn't sit with my friends that I know that I would just talk to and not do any work. And I will also say try new things, because if you just stick with the same things, then how will you know if you like something else or if you're good at something else? And as I was saying, just work hard and don't try to just do a little bit of work because you think, oh, they'll think I'm a show off, oh, they'll think that I'm just trying to be the boss or something. I just think that other people should, if you want somebody to bring you welcome skills, then try to help somebody else, because then you might end up making a friend and having a partner for the rest of the school year or something. But I would just say work hard. Don't sit with people that you know you're just gonna talk to and not do any work. And
We all have those friends.
and just be yourself and try new things.
Awesome. So let's give these guys a big round of applause. I could talk to them all night, and I know that Brenda, big round of applause for my friends up here on stage. Well done, guys.